It's helped other people this as well. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Could you start by telling us your name and how old you are?
I'm Jaimie, I'm 28 years old and from Manchester.
And a little bit about life growing up?
Life growing up? My life growing up was good really. I had good parents. Until I was 9-year-old I lost my dad due to having cancer, which he didn't know he had. And he kept putting it off. And after I lost my dad, that's when I decided when I was in and out of the care system. From there on I had no help. When I got out of the care they kicked me out the doors at 16-year-old and what. And then from there I had to try and make my own path in life. The social worker was useless, she didn't bother with me. And I ended up on and off the streets. I ran houses in between. Struggling with mental health, struggling in between that. In and out of mental health hospitals and shit, so.
Since you were 16?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
And I did have a good upbringing until I lost my dad. So I lost my dad. And then I was having off the streets. Kept running away from the care home where I was till I kept getting bullied. I ended up in and out of jail when I hit 18. Shot me for the food and shit like that.
How do you feel about it? Do you feel like, did it help you or anything?
It's a lot more, you get more help inside than what you do out here, to be fair. At least the officers inside are alright, they will help you. Out here they don't even bother. The council workers out here are useless, they're not interested. I rang up before for trying to get an emergency. Apparently I've got told everyone's getting put in hotels by the council. I rang up and they're not doing anything as well. Apparently there's no hotel they can put me in, there's no hostel they can put me in for the night. There's nothing they could do, so I was just back to square one again, wandering about as I do.
So does it almost feel like there's no way
It just feels like there's going to be no escape. No escape from this. Sad really. Not many people get help. The only way you're going to get help up here is if you're from here. If you're not from up here, you're fucked. I'm not going to lie, but probably the easiest bet for people to get a travel one back to Manchester. The council pay for shit.
And a lot of people view homeless people negatively.
Yeah, they all think I'm either on heroin, crack, or spice, one of the three, that's what they always say. So they won't give me money, they won't even buy me food half of the time. It took me 3.5 hours to make £7 today. It's getting worse, the weather's getting colder. People don't care anymore, they're not interested, they don't anymore. You try and explain to them you need money for you try and explain you need money for an hotel and they laugh at you, more like you want it for your bag of cake. You don't need. Sad really.
Do you see any way out of it?
Yeah. It's gonna come to an end at some point. I'm just gonna try and get myself back on my feet. Either try and keep harassing the council up here or get a travel warrant home and then go to the council back in Salford and see if they can help me, which I can give me more chance back home than I would have up here, because Blackpool Council don't know anymore. There's that many homeless people just give up because I think you've got them coming from all different towns. How think you that? There's a gold mine here in the state. It's no good. Don't get any help.
What's the worst experiences you've had being homeless?
Been beaten in doorways, had my tent set on fire while I went in. Been stabbed twice with glass bottles, but I drunk these from the town centre. So I just got enough for it.
That's awful.
Completely had enough. I just wish there was a way out. It's all going to come to an end, I hope. Not many people think it's like this being homeless, but it's horrible.
This is the harsh reality, isn't it?
People don't see what happens now. People don't see what happens. Because they're not there. You tell people about this, they laugh at you for lying. Oh, no reason to lie.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to be in the army. I never made it in the army because I failed the drug test. I smoked cannabis. When I stopped smoking cannabis, that's when my health got worse. My lungs have got microscopic holes, which I can't do. I struggle to jog. Yeah, it's not that. I'd love to where I wanted to get a house and get a job now. Get my life back. Listen, if you want to get a job when you're home, that's the only way to do it. Is by letting one of your friends either use their address or a family member, or just not get a job basically. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
Because I've struggled so hard getting a job. I've tried. I had a job on the seafood game stalls, but when they found out I was homeless, I got sacked straight away. I found someone told one of my friends blew me up. I said I was homeless and then they sacked me. I worked on a dart store and it.
Have you got any children?
One girl, little Megan. She'll be 8 years old now.
Did you get to see her much at all?
And I've not seen her for 2.5 years.
Have you got any advice for people?
Yeah. If I can say one thing, if you're young, stick to school, stick to doing what you're doing. Don't take drugs and don't drink, otherwise you will end up in a downward spiral like this. And I wouldn't wish this on anybody, I wouldn't. It's not that. It's too cold, it's dangerous. And the amount of stick you'll get for it, it's not good. Then you'll end up in and out of jail once you hit rock bottom like this, you'll end up in and out of the prison system. That's it, you've no escape from there. Just keep doing it.
Do you feel like the drink and the cannabis played quite a large part in ending up like this then?
If I hadn't drunk like this, I didn't get told to stop drinking, I didn't go homeless. And I laughed, I said, I'm never going to go homeless. Sleeping on cold streets and doorways, it's shit.
Do you still drink at all?
Not as heavy, but I have the odd beer here and there.
Yeah.
I try not to. Smoke cannabis every day, I'm not going to lie. Still smoke weed, but I'm trying to knock that on the head now to try and get a job sorted.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's anything people could do to help?
Yeah. Be less criticising and give us a little bit more help. The only way you're going to get through this is just keep your chin high and hold your head strong. That's all you can say, that's all you can do. There's nothing more I can really do apart from that. Shit, man. People look at you differently, because they look at you like you're no good and you're doing society wrong. You're not. Just try. We've just not got anywhere to go, that's what we're doing now. We all bleed the same and we're all the same really, innit? There's no need. People should have more art these days and they've got no one cares. No one wants to know. But as soon as you tell them a story, they walk off after the time. And when they ask you what you want the money for, what you want it for drink or drugs, don't you? No.
I'm gonna give you some money.
Thank you, sir.
It's too cold to sleep outside, so I recommend to get a motel. If they're okay with you,
I'm going to do that definitely first thing, I'll do that.
because it's impossible for a human being to sleep in this weather.
Rather than freezing to death last night, we sleep on it covered in ice. I'm not going to lie, I woke up, it was covered in ice. And I've been having to use it as a tent, like getting timing sort of thing. Wrap myself up in it and just get worse. Just easy.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching Jaimies Story. We're now going to talk a little bit about it. Please do not forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed it, because it means a lot to us. Thank you. So Jaimie.
Yes.
Jaimie, I can't believe he was only 28.
That's young.
It's really young. So life growing up was good for him until he lost his dad, age 9. And after that he ended up in and out of care. Which I feel is quite a common theme with the people that we've spoken to. A lot of them have had some form of contact with social services, whether it's been in care or social services have been involved.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a link?
Yeah, there is a link. Personally, I just think like you don't get looked after properly in care.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
So I agree there's definitely a link, but I'm not sure whether it's social services or just the fact that they haven't got that stable home environment that make, like, I agree there's a link, I'm just not sure what the link is or what.
At that young age, you need to have a solid foundation.
You need someone setting boundaries for you.
Yeah, so that's the foundation. If you don't have that one, you're 11 years old, 12 years old, you do whatever you like. So that's the problem.
It's, yeah, I guess in social services you don't have that stable home routine, like home life. Like you can be in and out of the care home and out foster homes.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. Like I think you'd find a lot of adults wouldn't cope with that.
Yeah.
Like imagine having to constantly move house and stuff, and having no say in it, just being told you're going here, you're doing. Like I can see why you'd want to rebel or get out of there.
Not even rebel. I think as a human being, you as a kid, you need a routine. If you don't have that routine, even adult, we need that routine. If you don't have that routine.
And we always have, like most of the time as an adult, you have a choice in what you do and where you're going, don't you?
Yeah.
And as a kid, I think we often forget that you literally tell them what to do, and whether they like it or not, they've got to deal with it.
Yeah.
So he ended up on the streets, out of care, and in and out of mental health hospitals. Can they literally do that, like at 16, like, or 18, whenever you don't have to be looked after by them? Can they literally send you out with nowhere to go?
No, I think they look after you until you're 21.
And after that, like literally, will they just wash their hands of you?
Yeah. Until you're 21. If you're vulnerable. But then, if you're not vulnerable by the age of 18, they let you go, you do it by yourself.
18 still, like I know technically you're an adult, but it's still so young, isn't it?
It is young.
Like I look back on when I was 18 and I wasn't growing up enough to look after myself. And it seems like they're being in and out of mental health hospitals and that. It seems to me, judging by the fact that he's still struggling, that they've not got to the root of the problem, or they've not helped him. Like they've just treated him every time he's come in.
Yeah. And
not really helped him, like not really treated the root of it or got to the root of it.
Is that the hospital? I don't think it's.
We don't know, because you don't know if he's not going back to appointments or what. You don't know if he's literally only going when he's at breaking point or what.
We don't know that.
No.
So we can't really talk about it.
No, but I mean, I think it is a common thing in this country that mental health care isn't. Like, I don't get me wrong, I think it's probably a million times better than it used to be.
Yeah.
But it's like, we've got a way to go still, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like
it's getting better.
It's getting better. Steps are going in the right direction. So another thing he said was that he feels like he gets more help in prison than out. And again, I feel like that's something a few people have said to us.
Yeah.
And it just, like, it shocks me that that's the way around it is. Because surely if you gave more people help outside of prison, they wouldn't end up in prison.
Yeah.
Because like, sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say, he's only ended up in prison for like shoplifting to survive.
Yeah.
Like if you were giving him the help outside of prison, he wouldn't end up in prison. Like they're setting him up to fail.
But you see the thing in prison, you got a routine. You got a routine. Anything that you want, you can ask the officers to help you with, to deal with. You know, when you're outside,
You haven't got that.
you don't have that routine.
And I guess especially for Jaimie, he's got that roof over his head. He's got 3 meals. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't got to have that struggle each day of being like, am I going to eat? Where am I going to sleep? Like that.
Because if I was in that position, I'll take prison.
I would take prison over sleeping on the streets. 100%.
But then again, you don't have your freedom.
But he hasn't got freedom outside.
You're physically free, you're mentally trapped.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're physically free and mentally trapped.
Because Jaimie, in his position, even when he's outside of prison, even when he's technically a free man, he's still trapped.
He's trapped.
It's not like me or you, where we can get up and, like, I know, like, obviously most people are restricted financially. Like you can literally get up and be like, oh, I'm going to go to the Bahamas today. My bank account would laugh at that. But we've got the freedom to go out, buy food, like, not to worry to the same extent that he'll be worrying about how he's going to get through each day. Like, we take it for granted. I take it for granted I can just go get a glass of water.
Yeah.
Or go and have a shower.
Even use the toilet.
Don't have to worry about using the toilet. I imagine, like, most places can't stop you using the toilet, like Morrison's or Sainsbury's, like they can't stop you going in and using the toilet, but like I don't know where you'd go have a shower or anything like that.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Or even like wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Anything like that. There's a lot we take for granted. He told us some stuff, and also for people watching this, they won't have seen before, but the first time we walked past him, there was a woman, and we didn't realise at the time that she was having a go at him for being homeless. I was like, but he says a lot of people won't give him money because they think he's going to spend it on drugs. That, like, to me, if you give someone money, you can't then tell them, like, if you feel that strongly about it, keep your opinion to yourself and just walk on by. Like, you don't have to berate them and make them feel even smaller than they probably already feel. Like, you don't have to. If you feel that strongly that you don't want to give them money because they're going to go spend it on drugs, just walk on by and don't say a word. Yeah,
but then again, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Everyone's entitled to it, but that does not mean you have to voice it when it's going to hurt other people.
Well, if it's killing you inside, you have to... Well, if it's killing you inside...
This was a grown woman. She could have held it into herself.
Yeah, I don't agree with what she said, but I'm just saying everyone entitled to the opinion. If the old lady thinks that...
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I agree with you there, but I do not think you necessarily have to give it unless asked for it.
But who asked for it?
Well, exactly, so don't say it. Just keep it to yourself.
But if you want to lay it out...
Control it.
No, because when you keep things inside you inside...
Go see a counsellor then and tell them your opinion.
I don't agree, by the way, I don't agree with the way she was going about it. I don't agree with it. And if you're going to help someone with your heart, you can't dictate with the money that you give them. You can't dictate like you have to buy this, you can't dictate it. So you know you give it to them, it's nothing to do with you no more.
No, it's not your money. You've given it as a gift. It's up to them what they're going to spend it on. But I just think, like, how you must already feel, like, sitting and begging for money, to then have someone have a go at you as well for it, like, it's not helping. It's not helping anyone. And if you feel like they're going to go spend money on drugs, go and ask them what they'd like to eat or drink, and go and buy them some of them. If you feel that strongly about it. Now Jaimie's facing an uphill struggle. Like, he has said himself he would love to get a house, love to get a job. He wanted to be a fireman growing up.
Yeah.
But the struggle of being homeless and getting past that, like, he talks a bit about how he had that job, and the minute they found out he was homeless, they sacked him. It just seems to me like, even when people want to get out of that situation, we as a society make it harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing is, if you was running your business, would you employ a homeless guy? You need to be honest to yourself.
I know.
You need to be honest to yourself.
Before doing this,
yeah,
I would have said no. After starting doing this, and the people we've spoken to, yeah, I honestly do think I wouldn't dismiss the idea of employing a homeless person just because they were homeless.
Well,
because I think you need to give people a chance.
There's thousands of people out there. They think the way you used to think.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
Lack of education.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people bury their heads in the sand about it. Like, he told us when he was telling us about, and this makes me so sad, about like the times he's been assaulted or stabbed, or he woke up with his ice on his sleeping bag. Like, I think if more people like looked him in the face and spoke to him and talked to him and heard his story, like, they wouldn't want that for him.
For you to go out of your way just to be up a homeless person, your life must be so sad. That you must deal with something deep inside you. Because what does it...
That's true though.
No,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think... I mean, I'm not going to rule out there is definitely some psychopaths in the
There
world.
is some psychopaths.
But most of the time people act out because they're hurting.
Yeah. And they're just taking on the wrong people. You know, because that's not right. That's not right.
It's not...
Attacking on... And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of homeless people that get beaten up, it's something common.
It makes me so sad because they're already so vulnerable. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not naive, like, I know sleeping on the streets isn't the safest place to sleep.
It's not safe. How can it be safe?
But you shouldn't...
Like you said, you walk
They're attacking someone at their most vulnerable.
I think people just need to have a little bit of sympathy.
They just need to remember that at some point... I'm trying to say this. At some point, like, Jaimie was someone's little baby boy. Like, he was someone's pride and joy. Like, he was loved and cherished.
Yeah.
And then how can you go and...
Don't cry.
But how can you do that to someone else's baby? Like...
Yeah, but the way people need to understand, that's someone's brother, that's someone's son, you know, and that could be happening to your brother, that could be happening to your dad, your cousin, your uncle.
He said himself, like, all he made was a few wrong turns, and look where he's ended up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even feel like he's made half as many wrong turns as some of the people that we spoke to that aren't homeless. Like, so what, he did a bit of cannabis and had a bit of a drinking problem. How was that ended up in... Like, it could literally happen to anyone. You just don't know.
When we gave him the money to get a hotel for the night, he was so happy.
I've never seen someone look so cold.
Yeah. And you can just hear the wind.
Yeah, I think anyone watching this will be able to hear the wind, but it was crazy. And he was literally nearly frozen.
He was. And his sleeping bag is not like...
How many layers did we have on? And I was cold.
I hope you get the help, but where do you where'd you go to get the help?
I don't know. But yeah, I hope he does. I hope he does get back up on his feet and figure everything out and get the life that he wants to have.
Yeah. But he needs to put some work, you know. He needs to.
But he needs help as well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's only so much he can do.
I agree with you, but he needs to. You need to want it first.
I think he does want it.
He does want it, yeah. He does want it. But you like, if you got a meeting, you have to turn up in the meeting. If you got an appointment, you have to be there.
But then, do you not think being homeless makes that a million times harder?
It does. It does. But you have to do this thing if you wanna
get out.
If you wanna get out of it. It's not easy. Like anything else in life, it's not easy.
No.
But you have to put work in. You need to put work in.
Anything else that you would like to add?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Please do not forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Thank you.